Artificial intelligence has just broken into the medical field with a new system that can genuinely change the field of genomics for good. In this video, I'm going to try to make your day even better by sharing some genuinely groundbreaking AI news with you. You know DeepMind, the company backed by Google? Yeah, well, they just released a new AI system that will genuinely have an impact on the future of genetic research by being able to predict when a person will develop a genetic disease based on the structure of your DNA. This system has the potential to save so many lives and also make use of some of the incredibly advanced AI technology. So, without further ado, let's jump straight into this one. Now, here's the problem. So, within the field of genomics, there is a massive problem for researchers trying to figure out which genetic mutation causes certain diseases. There are literally millions of different mutations that could cause a certain disease, but it's virtually impossible for a team of researchers to sift through all of this data. The problem is even bigger for missense variants, which are tiny single-letter changes to someone's genetic code that result in a different amino acid being built. Because amino acids are so small and make up literally everything, these small changes have huge effects, and they're also extremely hard to accurately pin down. Now, I know this channel isn't called Biology Talks with Ben, but all of this science is really important to see how impactful this new AI system is, so please bear with me. Anyway, to put the breadth of this problem into context, here are a few figures that will probably shock you. In total, there are no less than 71 million potential missense variants in a human's DNA, with most people carrying several thousands of them. The majority of them don't do anything bad, but there are a few that cause diseases like type 2 diabetes and even cystic fibrosis. These diseases can ruin a person's life or even cut it short. So thousands upon thousands of man-hours have gone into researching these millions of variants so doctors can be aware of them. But to date, only 2% of these variants have been categorized as either harmless or dangerous. So basically, to categorize every missense variant, it would take multiple lifetimes. And by that point, thousands, if not millions of people would be adversely affected by this lack of information. So what's the solution? You already know what I'm gonna say. AI. But before we take a look at this solution, I've got another problem to show you. If you're not subscribed right now, you're gonna miss out on all the latest AI news, and my charming voice, of course. The only way to solve that problem is to click on the subscribe button, so go ahead and do that right now. Anyways, let's go back to the AI solution for this worldwide biological problem. So the brains behind this operation are actually DeepMind, the Google-backed AI venture. Just last week, they announced their latest tool, AlphaMissense. According to DeepMind, AlphaMissense can analyze missense variants and analyze whether they have the potential to cause disease with 90% accuracy, which is far better than any current tool out there. The system has been described like a recipe book, where AlphaMissense can see whether a mix of ingredients will taste good or bad when paired together. Only it's with missense variants, not ingredients, and a bad tasting meal is actually a disease. In operation, AlphaMissense will analyze a variant and then assign it a pathogenicity score between 0 and 1. The higher the score, the higher the likelihood the gene has of causing a specific disease. Once complete, all a researcher needs to do is search for the missense variants on the data table and look at its pathogenicity score. The aim of these scores is to speed up the development of treatments for diseases like cancer and even boost research and development for new drugs. So, how does this thing work? Well, it's built on the company's own AlphaFold model, which predicts the structure of proteins by analyzing their amino acid composition. But instead of just being a prediction tool, AlphaMissense has been trained as a large language model. It's been through training sets of what human biology should look like, which allows it to pick up on anything that's different, even down to the minute missense variants. It's kind of like ChatGPT, but instead of analyzing your text, it's analyzing your DNA. Jun Cheng, who is the co-researcher on the AlphaMissense paper, framed this really nicely, saying, "It's a language model, but trained on protein sequences." If we substitute a word from an English sentence, a person who is familiar with English can immediately see whether these substitutions will change the meaning of the sentence or not. Now, it's important to manage expectations here. AlphaMissense isn't being described as something as impactful as a system like AlphaFold, which can basically work autonomously to predict a protein's 3D structure. Instead, it's more of an assistant that can help researchers come up to the right conclusion. humans are still the most important cog in the medical machine, so everything that AlphaMissense predicts must be verified by a researcher. Ultimately, AlphaMissense is a bit of a breakthrough, not only in the AI space, but also in the medical field. A lot of the time, the actual mechanics of an AI system are the more interesting part. But when something like this can actually have an impact on millions of people worldwide, the application is just even more impressive. And beyond being able to help so many people, tools like AlphaMissense show just how impactful AI can be in literally every field, from business to biology. We really do live in an awesome world, don't we? And if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss out on the latest AI updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.